It slaps. Thank you for watching, and I never know how to end these things. I'm kidding, but could you imagine? My Machine Gun Kelly shirt wasn't clean because I wore it on Friday, so... Okay, we can play pretend. Can you see it? I don't know if you can or not. You couldn't. I moved my camera down a little bit. I'm hoping you... I wore my pins. My Machine Gun Kelly pins. Okay, no, for real this time. Let's talk about Tickets to My Downfall. I don't even know where to start. I wrote notes for myself. So, I wrote notes. What I like about the video that I'm filming right now that is different from my water parks video is that I don't listen to any of those demos anymore. Because I felt like I had to like act for the camera to make my video entertaining. When I listened to Tickets to My Downfall for the first time, I'll show you kind of what my situation looked like. So it was midnight, it was Friday, the album had just come out, I was supposed to be asleep, and here I was laying down, staring at the ceiling in the dark, and that's how I listened to this album. So I felt like I was able to like absorb everything a lot more, and if you can do that while recording, like, props to you, because I definitely couldn't. When I was listening to the water parks demos for the first time, it was, what happened? This needs to go back up. Tickets to My Downfall. When I was listening to the water parks demos for the first time, it was just, I like this. And that was not, one, not entertaining, and two, it ruined the demos for me. I don't listen to them anymore. On to my next point. There's definitely a difference between your actual reactions to the songs and your like initial response to the release of the album. I cried to title track because I was just like so excited for this album. This was my first album release as a fan of Machine Gun Kelly. There were so many feelings that I had. And so I kind of couldn't actually like soak in the songs as much because I was focusing on that like, wow, like this is happening, like, oh my gosh. I do have some pictures of my reactions to the songs, so I will be plastering them in the video throughout. Last extra point, and then I'll go into talking about the songs by themselves. This album, and I don't know if it's just like music in general, but this album specifically really hits completely different no matter where you are. When I was laying on the floor in the dark, it was so much different than when I was in the car at 9 o'clock on a Saturday morning. It's so different. It's different when I'm just sitting here, it's different when I'm in the shower, it just feels completely different depending on your surroundings. And I think that's something that's really cool about this album, and that's something that stuck out to me when I listened to it. I don't remember the track list in order, so I gotta pull it up on my Spotify. Oh, I should probably also mention there is a clean version of the album and an explicit version. So unfortunately, the first time I listened to it, I accidentally clicked the clean version. So I go on Twitter and I'm like, are the swears blurred out for anyone else? And I listened to the clean version. So that kind of, it didn't ruin my experience, but it definitely altered it. I'm just gonna go down the track list and talk about my opinions on the songs and give them a rating out of 5 stars. Title track, definitely it was, oh my goodness. I feel like title track is the song that the lyrics hit the hardest for me. I can't really describe a specific situation where I've felt like this, but this is definitely a situation that I've probably been in, where people only want to be around you when you feel your darkest. Oh my gosh. That's probably why I cried to the song now. I really like how it was like an acoustic kind of like slow beginning, because it wasn't what I expected, and then it went boom, like right into it. Crazy, amazing. Title track is definitely one of my favorites off of the album. Colson, if you ever happen to find this video though, I would really like to know why you called it title track. My voice just cracked right there. Instead of just naming it Tickets to My Downfall. I think that's very interesting, and I don't know if that's ever been done before. If it has, I didn't know about it. Okay, I forgot to rate title track. Like I said, it's probably one of my favorites off the album, so definitely 5 stars. Very rarely will I skip this song. Kiss Kiss. I am kind of indifferent about this one because, like, I loved it during my initial reaction, but it's just kind of, I'm not sure. Like, I like it. It's definitely, it's like not a favorite. Kiss Kiss, I'd give like maybe 3 stars. Drunk Face is probably the catchiest chorus on the album. I wasn't a huge fan of Drunk Face in my initial reaction, but when I listened to it like in the shower and in the car, it just really goes hard. It's not one of my favorites, but it's up there. I would say that Drunk Face is 4 out of 5 stars. Bloody Valentine, the first song that was released off of this album. This song is very important to me because it was my first actual release as a Machine Gun Kelly fan. I think the Quarantine Sessions came out first, but that doesn't really count. I feel like that doesn't count because like it's not an actual song release. The only one that actually released on streaming platforms was the Misery Business cover, but it's still a cover. So I do consider Bloody Valentine to be my first actual release as a Machine Gun Kelly fan. So that's very important to me. It's very fun to sing, just a very fun song. Love the music video. Bloody Valentine I think would give a 5 out of 5 stars. Forget Me Too. I like this song. Something that I'm questioning is it kind of has the same format as Title Track because it starts off slow, acoustic-y, and goes right into the, you know, I'm a little confused as to why that happened twice, but I love it. I think Halsey needs to release a pop punk album next because her voice fits so well with the genre. Definitely not what I expected with a Halsey feature. Definitely something I needed in my life though. I think Forget Me Too is one of my favorites on the album, but I think I'd give it like a 4.5 out of 5 stars. All I Know, I might get a lot of backlash for this one. I'm not a fan of All I Know. I always confuse All I Know with Nothing Inside. I always confuse those two, and it just wasn't one that really stuck with me. It might be one of those songs where after the first listen, it just didn't stick with me, and then after a month, it's my favorite off the album. Who knows? I don't, because it's only been 4 days. So All I Know, I think I would give 2 stars out of 5. Lonely made me cry. Lonely made me cry. Very sad song. It's kind of upsetting because luckily I've been able to go 16 years in my life without a major loss of, you know, like a parent or a relative who really meant a lot to me, so I can't really relate to it. And it's not something that I can feel. Still, it's such like an emotional song. I don't like that it made me cry. I don't like to cry to songs. Glass House is my least favorite on Hotel Diablo because of how emotional it is. I don't think that Lonely is my least favorite off the album though. I think I'd give Lonely 3 stars, I think. World War III. I am very upset because the song is only a minute long, and that's very upsetting, especially because I was very excited for this song. I made my light a little brighter. On Blink-182's album 9, there's a song called Generational Divide, and I think that's shorter than World War III, but it gives me the same vibes. They're only like 10 seconds apart. Why does World War III seem so much longer? It has a very similar sound as well, and I'm not surprised. Like, Coulson worked with Travis Barker. Of course there's going to be Blink-182 resemblance. I'm not stupid. But I'm upset that it's only a minute long. That kind of upset me. So I'm going to give it 3.5 stars because I still really like it. Kevin and Barracuda interlude. I mean, it's funny. I'm not a huge fan of interludes. It's funny. I laughed. When I first listened to the album, I couldn't really process World War III and the Kevin and Barracuda interlude because I was still like emotional about Lonely. But like, it's an interlude. It's great. Pete Davidson is funny. I don't know. So I think I'd just give it like 3 stars because it's an interlude. Hi, Dad. Hi, I'm filming.
Oh. Can I get your stapler?
Yes. Here you go.
Alright, edit that out.
Maybe I won't. Concert for Aliens. I love this song. It's a bop. It's a fun song. My brother and I have made the connection of Concert for Aliens to Aliens Exist, and now it's an inside joke that we have. Even better. Definitely very close to one of my favorites on the album. If not, it's one of my favorites. It's also very important to me because I made the fan-made lyric video to it. I think Coulson saw it, and I also love the music video for the song, so definitely Concert for Aliens, 5 stars. Here's some pictures of me aggressively lip-syncing the lyrics. I can't wait for my brother to make fun of me for these for the rest of my life. My ex's best friend. I feel like this song doesn't fit the vibes of the album at all. It doesn't. It's still a really good song. Very fun. I also just recently figured out the fast part in BLACKBEAR's verse, so that's great. My ex's best friend, I would probably rate 4 out of 5 stars. Jawbreaker. I was excited for this song, but I was kind of underwhelmed, is that the word? It's still a great song, definitely high up there on one of my favorites on the album, but it's just not what I expected when I heard the title. The pre-chorus is really good though. I don't know if I'll be able to play any of the clips from the songs in this video or else I'll get copyrighted! I'm gonna be talking about things like, oh, like the pre-chorus is really good, and then there's like this one part, and I can't play it for you because I'll get copyrighted. I've gone 9 months without a single copyright claim or anything on my channel. The amount of time I've gone without having a copyright claim, somebody could have had a baby. Somebody could have conceived and had a baby in the time that I have not had a copyright issue on my channel. And I want to keep that streak going. Maybe I'll put links in the comments to every part that I mention. I feel like that'd take a lot of time, but it also avoid copyright issues. I didn't rate Jawbreaker. Jawbreaker I would rate 4.5 stars. It's just not what I expected, but it's still pretty good. Nothing Inside. I feel like I prefer Nothing Inside over All I Know, but it's another song that I was just kind of like, eh. Like, it exists, it's kind of cool, it's just not. So what did I rate? I rated All I Know 2 stars, I think. So Nothing Inside I'd give 2.5 stars. I don't know how to pronounce this one. I think it's Banyan tree. We're gonna go with that. Adorable. Just Coulson and Megan. I just love them. And if anything ever happens to them, I will cry and I will not believe in love anymore. I could go on and on talking about how Coulson really feels like Megan is the first person he's ever loved, and oh my gosh, I could just go forever. So cute. Still not a fan of interludes, so 4.5 stars. Just, there's the, you know how there's the part where it goes off of them talking and it goes into the, like, she loves kind of thing, whatever it is. Amazing. We're on to the last song, Play This When I'm Gone, made me cry multiple times. The fact that he wrote that about his daughter and for his daughter, and the lyric in the chorus, I can't sing it because copyright issues, but you're gonna cry and baby that's alright, sent me into tears. And then the end where he, oh my gosh, this song is a piece of art. I'm surprised I like it because, like I said before, I don't like Glass House because it's the most emotional song on Hotel Diablo, but I like Play This When I'm Gone. Like how I was talking about Coulson and Megan, Coulson and Casey are adorable. So I would rate Play This When I'm Gone like definitely 5 stars. 100%. Just a complete beautiful song. I don't want to rate the album as a whole because I feel like that's not fair. I did do an average of all of my ratings though, and it got to 3.9, which rounds up to 4 stars, which I think is a fair rating. I feel like EST is gonna come from me like, oh my god, like it's not a perfect score, like you're so crazy, like you're not a true I think it's a fair rating. Call me fake EST if you want to. I think that's fair. But I do think it's a very solid album, and I do love Machine Gun Kelly's pop punk sound. I hope he does it more. I know his next album's gonna be rap. I really want to see him do an album that's like half rap and then like a really cool interlude into pop punk for the rest of the album. I think that would be really cool, and I think that's something he could pull off. Definitely a power move. And yeah, so that's my opinion on Tickets to My Downfall. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't streamed the album, go stream it right now. It's so good. Thank you so much for watching, and I never know how to end these things.